Hello, we have here a problem that can be solved using any method that we discussed in our study about quadratic equations. So let's solve the problem. It says in here that the sum of two numbers is 19 and the sum of the squares of the numbers is 193. So let us find the two numbers. So this problem is a number problem. So we are asked to identify the two numbers with the given conditions in the problem. So let's first have the first sentence. It says in here that the sum of two numbers is 19. So let's say, let us use x to represent the first number and then y, the second number. Alright, so it says here on the first sentence that x plus y is equal to 19. Alright, but let us try to answer this problem using just one variable. Alright, so let's try to use x. Okay, so if x is the first number, so let x be the first number. So how should we represent the second number? So if y is the second number, let us try to solve this in terms of y. So we're gonna have here y equals 19 and then move x to the other side of the equal sign. So that will become negative x. So therefore, y is equivalent to 19 minus x. So we will represent the second number with 19 minus x. So let 19 minus x be the second number. Alright, so we represented the numbers, the first and the second number, because of the first sentence of the problem. Let us proceed to the second sentence. The sum of the squares of the numbers is 193. So let us translate this. So when we say sum, the operation between the two numbers is addition. Okay, so what are we going to add? So we have here the first number and here the second number. So what is the condition? The sum of the squares of the numbers. So it means we have to get the square of the numbers. So since we have x as the first number, we have to square that. So that is x squared. And then the second number should also be squared. So 19 minus x. And then the square of that. Alright? And it says in here that the sum of the squares of the numbers is what? 193. So it's equal to 193. Alright? So let us identify what the value of x is. Because if we know the value of x, we'll be able to identify the first and the second number. So let us solve this using any method that we discussed in quadratic equations. We can actually evaluate this term. Alright, so just copy the first term, x squared plus, and then apply special product to solve for this. So let's try to use a calculator. Okay, so let's first square the first term, so apply special product. So it means 19 times 19, or just square it. So we press on function x squared. So that's 361. And then 2 times the first term, which is 19. So that's 38 times negative x. So it's negative 38x. Okay, and then square the second term. Square of negative x is x squared. And then copy 193. Alright, so let's combine like terms here. Let's move this on the other side of the equal sign so that we can combine the term similar to this. So we're gonna have here, so let's copy first, x squared plus 361 minus 38x plus x squared. Move this one, so we're gonna have negative or minus 193 equals 0. Alright, so let's combine like terms. So x squared and x squared are like terms, combine them. So x squared plus x squared, so that's 2x squared. And then this will be followed by bx. This is our bx, so let's just copy it. So negative 38x, and then the constant 361 minus 193. So 361 minus 193, that gives us 168, and then equals 0. So we have now a quadratic equation in standard form. Let us solve this using any method that we have discussed in solving quadratic equations. But we cannot use extracting the square root here because we have b, or this is a complete quadratic equation. So we will just choose among factoring, completing the square, and quadratic formula. And by the way, each terms are divisible by 2, so let's make this equation smaller. So we will divide the whole equation by 2. Alright, so 2x squared divided by 2, that's x squared. Negative 38x divided by 2, that's negative 19x, right? And then 168 divided by 2, that is 84. Am I right? Okay, 84 equals 0. Okay, so it's now smaller. Let us now solve this using, let's try quadratic formula. Alright, is it okay with you guys? Okay, let's try to solve this using quadratic formula. So again, quadratic formula is negative b, where we have x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And identify a, b, and c. So here a is 1, b is negative 19, and c is 84. Substitute to the formula. So I'm going to have x equals negative b, which is negative 19, plus minus the square root of b, again negative 19 squared, minus 4 times 1 times c, which is 84, all over 2 times a, which is 1. Alright, so we have now x equals negative times negative 19, that's positive 19, plus minus the square root of, let's get 19 squared. We have actually solved for this a while ago. That is 361. Negative 4 times 1, that is negative 4. Negative 4 times 84, that is negative 336, all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, so let's continue to solve that here. So we're going to have x equals 19 plus minus the square root of, so let's have 361 minus 336, so it's 25, all over 2. So we have x equals 19 plus minus square root of 25 is 5, all over 2. So we have now x equals, separate plus and minus, so let's have 19 plus 5 first, all over 2, and the other one is x equals 19, let's have minus 5 all over 2. Okay, so let's continue it here. So we're gonna have, so x is, let's have this one, 19 plus 5, so that is 24 over 2. Simplify, 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, and then the other one, okay, so we have 19 minus 5, that is 14, over 2. So 19 or 14 divided by 2, so we have here 7. So we have the values for x, which are 12 and 7. So let's try to solve. Let's go back here. So we let x be the first number. Let's say the first number is 12. Okay, let's use this one. So if x is 12, so this is the first number. So the second number will be 19 minus x, or 19 minus 12, which is equal to 7. So we have here 12 as the first number and 7 as the second number. So actually, any of the two may become the first or the second number because addition is commutative. Therefore, find the two numbers. So we can say that the two numbers are 12 and 7. So here is our answer.